Well, tonight's call, well, first off, I'm thankful to be here. I'm taking over for Coach Sam, since she will be living the cowgirl lifestyle from now on. But I'm excited to run these calls. And, if there's anything anybody ever wants to talk about or go over or has ideas on what they want to discuss, like definitely let me know. Post them in the Facebook group, message me in the Fitme app. That way, like I'm going over stuff that people actually want to learn about. Oh, we got Gary coming in. Hi,
Hey,
Gary.
Tabby. We're on a Julie and I are on a different link. Julie, yeah. Do you have, Julie, the Fitme app? If you go in your phone to the Fitme app and go under Brooke, and she has a different link to meet up with Tabby. Okay, I'll see you there. All right, bye. And then I'm going to go get my earbuds. Because I was hoping.
Harry coming in clutch. Heck
You
yeah.
betcha, man. I'm like, hey, Tabby's not here. This is not right.
I'm going to see. Let me see if I can text it to Julie. Never remember.
She said she found it.
But she did? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought maybe the link that Brooke put on would have sent me to this one. But it, because I like being on my computer better, because then I can see everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Easier.
You know me, social butterfly.
We love it.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, finally made it to the right place.
Yeah. We were just chatting away, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's 6:02, 6:03. Tabby's not here. We're on the wrong link.
Well, also that could have been my fault because I sent Brooke the wrong link to start. So I was just like, how do I send you just my ID? I'm so confused. So you guys aren't alone.
Well, I'm glad we're all here.
Awesome. So I was just saying, like, I'll be taking over for Sam for the Monday movement calls. But if there's anything anybody like ever wants to go over, discuss, like chat about, wants the topic to be specific, definitely like let me know, because I want to talk about things that are going to be helpful for everyone. And, I'm open to ideas. So, but tonight I figured we would talk about like a continuation on what the Sunday night call was about, which was really focusing on getting consistency with our movement. So I was going to kind of go over tonight some tips and tricks that have worked for me to help keep my movement consistent. And I think that they would be helpful and like actionable, so we can actually do them, not just putting them in our calendar, because I know sometimes I put things in my calendar and then I don't follow through. So these things are going to be like helpful to follow through with what's in the calendar. So one of the things that I found to be helpful is not just saying like, oh, I'm going to do my movement on, Thursday or Saturday or whatever, like picking a very specific time that you're going to do it. So I know that for me, it works best if I do it in the morning. I know at 7:30, I'm going to be at the gym because I like working out in the morning when there's not a lot of people there. Because I found if I don't put an exact time in, I'll let it slip away and then it'll eat into the rest of the day, and then I won't be able to get it in and I'll have to push it off. So definitely making sure that you're specific with the time that you're putting it into the calendar, like time and date, to help you actually get it in. But one of the other tips was that, start really small with your movement. If you're struggling with movement, no matter like what it is, if it's your Tori exercises, your strength training, your daily steps, just start small. I know Christy mentioned it on the call, is like starting with just 10 minutes. That way it's, something digestible. It's not setting a whole hour aside. That way it feels manageable. So you're not like overwhelmed by trying to fit in, an hour of walks or an hour of strength training, because something is better than nothing. Like moving your body for 10 minutes is better than zero, or moving for 15 is better than nothing. Also starting small with how much you're committing to doing your movement. I know I always used to think like more is better, especially when it comes to strength training, like thinking I had to work out 5 or 7 days a week, that was the best for me. But then realistically, I was just getting super tired and exhausted from it. So instead, I'm like, okay, I can realistically hit 3 days a week, and that works really well for me to consistently hit it. As soon as I added that 4th day in, that 4th day kept slipping out. So I found my sweet spot is 3 days a week. So I'm strength training 3 days a week, and then making sure I'm focusing in on my movement outside of the gym. So start small, and if you need to, like, break it down, especially if you're someone who's trying to get like 10K steps in, rather than trying to get them all in at one time or walk for an hour, hour and a half. I like to do little walks throughout the day to be able to hit everything that I'm trying to achieve. All right. So tip number 3, this is something that I do all the time because trying to add something into my schedule sometimes feels a little bit overwhelming for me. So I like to pair my movement with stuff that I already do. So when I used to work at Burlington, like I had to go to the office, I would pair my movement with my drive home. So I knew on my drive home, hours you're going to have to drive past the gym. So instead of going home and getting to the house, because then I wouldn't have left my house, pairing it with my drive home. So as soon as I'm driving home, I know I'm driving straight to the gym. Or if you work from home, maybe pairing your workout with something that you do consistently during the day. So maybe after you have lunch, you work out, or maybe in the morning when you wake up after you have your pre-workout meal, then you go work out, or go take a walk, or whatever your movement is to you. Or maybe you're already consistent with your walking and your steps, but you need to get more consistent with your strength training. So one of the cool things that you could do is pair your strength training with your walking, which we've done for a few different people. That way you're kind of killing birds with two birds, one stone, I think is the saying. That way you already have that time set aside in your day. So you're already doing the steps. Why not add the strength training in? So then you know you have a dedicated time to do it and complete it. And then one of my last tips is to get your environment like set up for success. Make it be so you don't have to make another decision. So I like to set out my, like I said, I work out in the morning. I set out my workout outfit the night before. So then I don't have to think about what I'm going to wear in the morning. I just kind of get up, put the clothes on, get my pre-workout meal in, and then head to the gym. Or if you're trying to get your steps in, maybe you're pairing it with like your meals. So I usually like to, because it helps me digest, but sitting your shoes by the front door or sitting your shoes by the table. So then that way, when you're done your meal, you're like, all right, I see my shoes. I use it as a visual cue, and then I can go get on my walk. And then last but not least, I feel like this is more of like a mindset shift that I made that really helped me, like, one, enjoy my workouts and do them more consistently, where it was like almost as like a reward to myself, or like showing me that, you know, I can get my body moving, that if I work out, I get to be strong. I can do my daily tasks and it doesn't cause me pain, or I can move my body more. Or maybe if you guys have kids, like you can keep up with your kids. You can walk up a flight of stairs with ease and not be, you know, breathing heavy. Thinking about it as more of a reward than necessarily as like a punishment, because I know that was something that I used to do. I used to like punish myself with my workouts, you know, to like focused on burning calories like solely. Instead, I'm like, all right, I'm thinking about how I can get stronger and progress in my workouts and maybe get my body moving more, and how it's a positive thing versus thinking of it as a reward. And then that was something where I wouldn't like dread it, because I saw myself getting stronger, like measuring my workout by something other than, how many calories I'm burning during it. But if you guys have any like tips, tricks that you do to consistently get your movement in, or maybe where you guys are struggling to get your movement in, I'd love to open it up and we can all chat about it.
Marlene is the rock star here. She gets up at what, 4:30 in the morning? I don't.
Yeah. Well, it started, I was very inconsistent at the beginning of last year. And I think what started it was I did the summer challenge. And anytime you put me in a challenge, that really pushes me to figure things out and kind of figure out what I'm going to do so that I can complete the challenge. And so that's when I had to look at the time of day that I was doing my workouts, because waiting until after work, I was always too tired. And so that window in the morning was really the only time that I could fit it in. So I just decided that 4 a.m. was going to have to be the time if I wanted everything else in my morning to happen the way I wanted it to happen. And then when the challenge was over, I was like, well, I've already done it for 75 days. I might as well just keep going. And so I just kept it. I kept that on my schedule. And the more I do it, the easier it is to just get up in the morning. Sometimes I even wake up before the alarm. But I do have 2 alarms set just in case. And then I just built on it. The same way Tabby was saying, I just have to build on it to add in strength training. I have accountability buddies for a lot of different things. I have wake up accountability buddies. I have strength training. Terry was one of my first for strength training last year. And so we're getting back into it again together to get Terry back on track. But I think that's a big part of it, is having somebody to check in.
That is, because when I check in with Marlena, you feel accountable. I don't work. I'm retired. So, but when I did work, I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and, walk on my treadmill and lift small weights. And then I would have my quiet time and then get ready for work. But my schedule is super flexible now. So I thought, okay, instead of waking up at 7:30, I'll wake up at 7 and do my Tory exercises. And my husband started waking up at 7. So I started waking up at 7:30. Then my husband started waking up at 6:30. And then I woke up at 6 and he started waking up at 6. And I'm just going, he's driving me nuts. So, and if he's not waking up, the dogs are waking up. So I'll still do my neck exercises because that's the first thing I do in the morning. But yeah, I just try and fit it in whenever I can. So tomorrow I'm accountable to Marlena to getting one of my Tory exercises done. So I'll be checking in tomorrow. Or not.
Yes, you will, Terry.
I will.
Put it on the call. You're going to make it happen now.
I know. It's recorded.
It is recorded.
So,
yeah.
But one of my tips is I sleep in my workout clothes, because my workout clothes are my pajamas.
Perfect.
So, yeah, you just, put your undergarments on, of course, and just start doing it. So it makes it so much easier. So, but before, when I would go to a gym before 2020, I would have my workout clothes in a bag in my car. So when I drove by the workout place, I didn't have an excuse either. So that's a great tip, Tabby. Just always have them with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because as soon as you get home, you're gonna be like, I don't feel like going back out. And I'm like, if I go right there, I have no excuse not to go.
Mm-hmm. You know what Marlena said that really struck me, talking about accountability and like how she has like a whole accountability team for like these different things. Like somebody she checks in with when she wakes up, somebody she checks in with when she does her workout, somebody she checks in with, when she's walking, whatever it is. And that is such a cool idea because it's like this network. And I think that that's something you have built over time. Like, I don't think you woke up one day and was like, I'm going to get 5 accountability buddies and I'm going to check in with them all day, every day. No, but it's like, okay, well, I need accountability for this. And then you started there and then you built upon that and identified other places you need accountability. And it's almost like you put another person in place there. So it's almost like this network. Like, we're on this call right now. So we all know Terry Knox is going to do her workout tomorrow because she put it out on this call. And so I think it's just really, it's an interesting concept that I hadn't thought of before, layering accountability as time goes on, like building it. I just didn't think of it as like a team and like a progressive thing. I thought of it as like one person, one accountability buddy. So I think that's really interesting. I hadn't thought of that before. And I like that. It's got my wheels
because I
turning.
also, every night, my sister and I, Julie Peterson, who used to be part of Fitme, and I keep trying to get her back, we text each other our steps. So Marlena, I kind of took your advice and we have layers.
And even with like nutrition, I use the Facebook group a lot just to post a plate, just to show that, it gives people, ideas, but at the same time, if I put a picture of my plate, I'm more than likely to hit all the components of a Fitme plate. I'm not going to post something that's got a donut in it. But I think all of the challenges that Fitme does, whether it's a movement challenge or a nutrition challenge, I like to get involved in those because I know that that's going to keep me accountable to myself.
And sometimes that like extra little push, like with the challenge to make you like get your stuff or get your ducks in a row so that you can hit your, your Fitme plates or your movement. How is everybody doing with their movement? Terry, we know that you're getting your workouts back. You and Marlena got accountability buddies. Does everybody else have accountability buddies?
Yeah, but I think we're in a rut right now. She hasn't messaged me back lately. My movement's good. Everything else needs work, but my movement is good. Mostly because we're camping and we do a lot of walking back and forth to the park with Harmony so she can swing and slide, or taking a hike around the lake. But movement is good. I need help with water and Fitme plates. They've been lacking.
Have you utilized the accountability Marco Polo group at all?
No, I get overwhelmed with Marco Polo. It's just too many. It's hard to listen to everybody. And so I just get overwhelmed with Marco Polo. Like in the newbies group, there's like 120 something I haven't even listened to.
Don't.
No, I won't. But and in the accountability group, there's probably twice that. I don't know. But I have been going through a little bit of depression. So my mom died a year ago, and we were in Alaska at the beginning of June last year, and so I think it's all come to play since it's been a year, and so I'm just trying to work through that. And since movement helps with that, I'm most likely to do movement than anything else. So
well, I think you bring up a good point. I think that we all kind of have our thing that is easier for us, right? For a lot of us, it's movement. For me, it's movement. If I'm moving, I'm more likely to eat better. I'm more likely to drink my water. It's like the snowball effect. So if movement is good for you and it's going well for you, it's okay to lean into that and keep moving. And then, like Marlena, layering the accountability buddies, you can layer back in, you know, the water, the Fitme plates, you know, insert whatever habits you're working on. You can kind of layer them back in, but knowing that movement's a linchpin for you, like focusing on that during times that things feel harder is the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, movement definitely helps with my mood. So I got to keep doing that. When I stop moving, you know that there's a major problem. So.
Yeah, our bodies are meant to move. When we don't move, we don't generally feel better. You know, I'm not going to say it like fixes everything, but it definitely, bless you. It definitely is key. Like our bodies are supposed to be in motion.
Yeah. Like my husband says, a body in motion stays in motion.
Unless you're like me and trip over your own feet. I like to halt my motion abruptly.
I've done that several times.
And I think with that one too, Julie, is that like we'll find you, you know, because obviously I'm your coach. We can talk about like maybe who would be a good accountability buddy for the Fitme plates. Like for the accountability, I like to find, and Marlena, maybe you find this is like someone who is like really solid with, I don't know, your water. And then they're like that person that helps you with that. And then you maybe find someone who's got their movement down pretty pat. Then it's like, okay, that person will help me with my movement. I like that like layer structure.
Yeah, that would be helpful. And I think, like Marlena said, posting your Fitme plates to Facebook is a good idea, because then you're accountable to the whole entire group. And I know that I haven't posted a lot because I haven't been eating a lot of Fitme plates, or it's the same thing over and over again. Like my salads, they're pretty much the same all the time, but maybe I'll just start posting again.
Julie,
just so I can get in the habit.
I eat pretty much the same thing every day. Supper's the only thing that's really different. So my lunch varies between chicken thighs and tuna. So, I mean, keep it simple. That's why I know what I'm going to eat in the morning. So, and I know I'll definitely get 2 Fitme plates in because I just keep everything the same. Now, my husband needs something different all the time. That's why I don't fix his breakfast or lunch, but I will cook his dinner. So, which was a real upsetting moment for him when I told him I wasn't cooking breakfast for him.
I love that.
And then I told him, but you don't cook me breakfast. And that was like an aha moment for him. But, and just, just keep it simple though. I mean,
well,
I have
my
hot
breakfast
oatmeal and cold chicken thighs or a cold pork chop because I don't want stuff to get cold. So I'll just eat it cold.
Yeah, my breakfast is pretty much the same. It's always yogurt and cottage cheese because that's just the easiest thing for me in the morning. And we need to talk about that, Tabby, in the next call anyway. about the whole carb and fat situation, because I don't do well with a lot of carbs. And so I really had to, I think that's another thing that's helped move this depression, keep this depression going longer, is too many carbs. My body just doesn't like it. So,
You know, Julie, I think it's interesting. Like, I'm thinking about what you were talking about, like eating the same thing every day and like not wanting like to post the same thing all the time. I think if posting your plate helps you to be more consistent, post your plate. It doesn't matter if it looks the exact same all the time. You could be like, hey, guess what? I'm back. Same exact thing. Thanks for the accountability. But, you know, like you can use the group in that way. And that is, I think that's awesome. Because like Terry was saying, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. It's basically, you know, like everybody's talking about this layering in of accountability that's really just got my like wheels turning. I'm so interested in that. And I think that like it could become a really, really cool almost joke, right? It's like, yep, same plate, still kicking, you know, like freaking day. And I think that's awesome. It's like hashtag like throwback, whatever you want to do. But it's, I think that that's completely solid. Whatever accountability works for you. And then discussing with Tabby, like accountability buddy wise, Tio, hi. You're muted. It's good to see your face. I just wanted to say hi. I got excited. Sorry.
I think you're still on mute.
Okay, how's that?
We
there you
got
go.
Okay, so I think Julie should just post the same picture. She doesn't even need to take a new picture. That way it's even more stress free. And then we can just joke, you know, Julie, this is the 25th time we've seen your picture. And that's wonderful. That's great. Good for you.
We'll cheer each time, won't we?
Julie and I can have a,
I like your shirt, Molly. Happy Pride.
yeah.
Thanks. You too.
Julie and I
you.
could have a contest on how many times we can post the same meal.
See, there you go.
There's
There
a
you
comment.
go.
Lunch is lunch always the same. It's always a salad with some kind of fruit and protein and dressing, and then I try to add some other vegetables into it. But it's always the same.
Just one
I
less.
think that's great. And accountability, you know, accountability for Julie's plates born on the movement call. I mean, you couldn't get much more fit me.
Yeah. Well, I could be your accountability buddy for water, because I drink about 140 to 160 ounces of water a day, every day,
Holy
without fail.
moly.
It's, well, part of it's because I have this kidney condition. I have to, but I just love water and I just drink it. I drink a lot of it. I drink like 40 ounces by breakfast. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm great. I'm just saying that's easy.
You are great, Tio.
Oh. Oh my God, you're funny. Anyways, but that's, you know, that's my thing. So that's easy for me.
So that's a good match, right? Like if Tio's looking for accountability for anything, she's got you in water. And just like Julie, you're looking for accountability for something, you know, and your movement is super solid. Like Tio, is your movement super solid, or is movement something you could use accountability with?
Yeah. You know, I'm still doing my challenge of walking every day. And until I had COVID, I still am walking every day. So I'm proud of myself. And I'm actually sitting in my car because I'm getting ready at this park to walk a 5K. But no, movement's very hard for me. Like I procrastinated for 2 hours this morning instead of walking my dog. So it's pretty pathetic. But I did it. I did
Mhm.
it. I'm not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning like the amazing Marlena Limon. No, I'm not doing that. I don't know if I ever will do that, but
No, I think that's kind of cool. I think it's kind of perfect to hold, like, with an accountability buddy situation. It's really cool to find an accountability buddy that's good at what you're trying to do.
Mhm.
And then it's like a service swap, right? Julie needs help with water, Tio needs help with movement. Boom. So, you know,
but I
I mean,
don't, Julia. I don't want you to feel any pressure. Like we're all on this Fitme call and we can see each other's faces. So, like, you better agree to this because everybody's here looking at you. So I don't want any. I don't want you to feel any pressure. But y'all ask for something you're good at, and I don't know. I just am good at that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I need to be much better at the water. Much better.
Mhm.
and I know it's really
Mhm.
hard for my partner. Has a really hard time drinking water. She probably drinks 20 ounces a day. It's just hard. So she and I work on that, but she just ignores me like many things in life. So, but she and I are working on it.
Uh-huh. Well, I think, like everything, it builds, right? Like, Tabby's got this really solid movement. She's very consistent in her movement. And Tio, you'll have to go back and listen to the beginning of the call when Tabby was like telling us her tips and tricks for movement consistency. There will be a replay. But it was you could tell as she was explaining it that it built on each other. Like, she didn't wake up one day and just nail movement. She like found these things that worked for her, and she kind of gave us this cheat sheet. So it's awesome because we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can just take Tabby's cheat sheet. Thank you, Tabby.
I got you guys.
Awesome. That was awesome.
But I think we have a good accountability match on this call. So, and it works because I'm both of your guys' coaches, so I can hook you guys up.
There you go.
Talk about pressure.
Now I'm putting the pressure on you.
Yeah.
See, that's the one thing we did with Harmony is we never gave her fruit juice. So she won't drink juice. And now that she's off the bottle, she won't drink milk. So she only drinks water. So she's already got a good habit with water going. At 18 months, that's all she'll drink is water.
That's awesome.
Another
That's awesome.
buddy.
She doesn't drink enough.
All right.
Well,
guys.
thank you, Tabby.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming. Like I said, if you ever have anything you guys want to talk about specifically that you need help on, that we could make into the movement call topic, I'm totally down to do that because I want to talk about stuff that's going to help everybody out. So, does anybody have anything else they want to add before we all jump off?
So, are you the movement person, Tabby?
I am. Now I will
Okay.
be the movement person. Hopefully we'll get I'll make sure I have the correct link for Brooke this time.
Well, I think because of the summer shed thing or the bingo, whichever, unless they're both, that was at 6:15. So Central Time.
Yeah. And I think they were the same link. So then we all been on
they
here
were.
for different reasons.
Yeah. So we'll be good next week.
All right,
Is
guys.
it the same
Awesome.
time? Is
Yeah.
it the same time every week? Okay.
Yep. Same time every week. It took me forever to figure out where you were at, Tio. I was like, what time zone is she in? But now I know, so we're good.
Now, next Monday is 4th of July.
Oh, yes.
So
we won't. Yeah.
we will see you all. I will see you guys, Tabby, on the Monday after that.
Yes. All right, guys.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Tabby.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.